What's going on, guys? It's Fearless here, bringing you another video recorded using Twitch. And today I'm going to be starting a new character. I did have a video prepared for doing such a thing, which I had started a second hunter, but due to the new reworking of the subclasses and whatnot, I figure I'm going to give the Warlock another go, because I did delete my Warlock quite some time ago, just before Christmas of 2015, and I don't believe I gave him, or her, since mine was a female, enough of a chance. I am going to create this Warlock again. We're going to be... I'll just quickly go through this and... we'll get on to the main reason I've decided to do this particular video stream today, is the fact that I have bought Destiny for a couple of friends of mine, well, my sister majority, and then one of my friends who I used to play Destiny with back on the Xbox 360 has got back into it, and so I will be playing with them two quite often. Chances are that that's probably what this like series, as it were, will be, is just me playing this new character with my sister, who obviously had to start a new character because she was new to the game. Let's see, what hairstyle should we go with? Well, that looks quite nice, I guess. Should we go with that one? I hate not being able to see the back of it. Go with all purple's like no, blue. Let's go blue. No facial markings, because I don't like facial markings on humans. But yeah, so majority of this like series, as it were, will be recorded playing with my sister. Probably, if she feels comfortable joining me on stream videos. I know Aggro, who is the other person I was on about, he's actually recently changed his gamer tag and made a Twitch, so he'll be able to stream his point of view whenever I'm playing with him. So if you want to check him out, I will let you know if... Wait, actually, let me try and remember what his link is. Remember correctly, it's www.twitch.tv/AgroVader_NMG. Very similar to mine, it's just AgroVader, and it is Agro spelled A-G-R-O, and Vader as in Darth Vader, because he is a very big Star Wars Battlefront fan. Personally, I don't like the latest Star Wars Battlefront, but that's beside the point. You know what, we'll skip this video just because, for argument's sake, it's boring. The fact that if you look at the title of this video stream, it says NMG updates. So guys, I decided to do this particular video today rather than any particular other day, because of the fact that me, Aggro, Feel the Karma, or Karma NMG, depending on how you know him, or Arise Karma, if you know him on his YouTube channel, for his Gears of War gameplays, and another friend of ours, who some of you may know, I don't know whether any of you will know him, are planning to do the first ever NMG podcast tomorrow. That's Thursday, the 16th of June. We'll skip this one as well. Yeah, we get it. We've been dead a long time. But yeah, so we're planning on doing first ever NMG like podcast. The only like thing is, you ain't just got NMG members, because of the fact that there's only three of us that are NMG members, which are the three names that I mentioned. So kind of gives you a hint as to what the other guy's name may be. If any of you know the history if I've ever spoke about the history of NMG. I can't remember. But in the long run, we are going to be hopefully doing this podcast every Thursday, if not every couple of Thursdays, depending on obviously when we can all get on, when we can all have something interesting for you guys to listen to regards to us streaming it and, you know, uploading it to YouTube at a later time. But obviously the big thing with tomorrow being after E3 is we're going to have a lot of interesting things to talk about, i.e. games from E3 that we are looking forward to playing and maybe getting towards the end of this year going into next year, and regards to our plans sort of as a clan of what we are going to do, maybe expansion from like COD, because we have a Destiny clan, which if I press start you can see, look, NMG taking Reapers. So we have a Destiny clan, we have the NMG Alpha Spartan company on Halo 5, and I think Spartan companies are going to have an effect on Halo Wars 2 as well, which is a thing that we'll get into more, like a discussion we'll get into more tomorrow on the podcast.
There's more ahead. Keep it up.
So we have got like quite a few sort of clans sorted out on different games, but we do always look at other games to sort of expand into. One game we've been looking at since the multiplayer beta recently was Gears 4. Possibly, you know, expanding into that regards to doing clan videos that will most likely be uploaded to my channel, as the podcast is right at this point in time, until such time where I can get a computer that actually works to record. Therefore we will be able to upload, like obviously I will be able to record it to my computer and upload it to the clan channel, but as it stands I only record through Twitch, which means I have to upload it to my channel because that is the channel that my Twitch is connected to. Oh shit. But yeah, so for the time being, don't worry guys, I will keep you updated as regards to the status of like me getting a computer that actually fucking works. And if I get one, then like I said, whatever the episode of podcast it is will go up on both my channel and the clan channel, because what I'll do is while I'm recording it on my computer I will stream it through my Xbox Twitch app, so therefore, you know, you guys can, one, watch live if you want to, and two, you can go to the place that you're used to getting it, and then in my YouTube channel link, oh shit, just remembered enemy spawn there, in the description of that particular video on my channel I can put, you know, for the rest of the episodes go here, and link you guys to the clan channel where future episodes will be posted, and obviously that particular episode will be posted as well. Now you can watch it twice if you want, but I'd strongly disadvise, whatever. I'd not advise that, because obviously you might get bored if you've seen one episode of it twice. But majority of the time is what we'll be talking about within this podcast will be sort of NMG's stuff, our personal clan problems and, well, not problems, but you know what I mean, sort of where we're planning to go with regards to ourselves. But long story short, we will be more than likely, come on, yeah, making this a regular thing, providing, you know, we have regular stuff to sort of discuss. So, but yeah, we thought it would be a smart idea, sort of starting the podcast directly after E3, because then we have a absolute shit ton of content to talk about with you, like with each other, and bring you guys our views upon. Now obviously everybody has their own opinion, so some of the things I might be looking forward to from the E3 showings of games may be different to what the other guys are showing, like looking forward to. But as it stands, we are very similar in tastes regarding our games, so we should technically be looking for the same stuff, as it were. But I have literally a list in front of me of games I've made, sort of notes, not notes of the games, but like I've noted down what games I want to talk about within this podcast. We are going to be going for roughly an hour or two, dependent on how heated this discussion gets about different games. Depends on how long we're going. But guys, this, like I said, the whole point of this stream dash video is me to let you guys know that this is going to be happening. We've been planning this for a while. I'm sure I've mentioned it in a couple of videos before. We've been planning an NMG podcast where I get a bunch of my guys together, you know, as the leader of NMG, or Nightmare Gaming as the actual clan name is. I'm responsible myself for sorting this sort of stuff out. It's my job to get the guys together and say, come on man, this will be fun, or come on dude, this will be fun, or whatever I say to them. It'll be fun to sort it out, sort of thing. So I have not had very much opportunity to do that as of late. I have recently thought about it when E3 started up and thought, you know what, we needed to get it done. I set a deadline of July the 15th, which is coincidentally somebody in the clan's birthday. You know who you are. But I have basically said to the guys that I'm going to be recording with tomorrow, which is going to be, as I said, Aggravator, NMG, Karma, and a surprise guest who I only asked last night to appear on the podcast. I basically turn around to him and says, listen, it's a good idea for us to do this after E3. We have games to talk about, we have stuff from E3 that we're looking forward to, and sort of reviewing the content from E3. Obviously with me having to rely on the Twitch app on the Xbox to stream this podcast, there will be one problem, and that will be us deciding what game to play. Like, whether it be together playing different games, which probably wouldn't make much sense to you guys, but if we was playing, say, all playing COD or all playing Destiny, or all playing Overwatch, if I don't know whether everybody's got Overwatch. That's something I'd have to find out tomorrow, but this is something, these are the problems I'm going to solve between now and when the podcast actually goes live. We're going to talk amongst ourselves sort out what we're going to do, but we're going to have to stream a game to be able to bring this podcast to you guys. But at least there will be something for you to watch, even if you're not interested in what we have to say about any particular game. For argument's sake, I'll just name 3 games that I want to talk about regards to the E3 discussion. One of them being Battlefield 1, for obvious reasons, comparison to, just to name another one that I want to talk about, which is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and then Titanfall. A lot of people are putting on that Battlefield 1 and Titanfall, like as a whole, EA, are going out to kill COD this year. And that this could be the easiest year for them to actually do it. With the recent dislikes trend on the Infinite Warfare trailer.
Thanks again. I had a feeling this would work out.
Now, I might say that I'm particularly looking forward to all 3 games and give my reasons why, but you guys might not actually enjoy my opinion on, say, the new Call of Duty or Titanfall or even Battlefield 1. Any one of my opinions on those particular games or any other games that we do mention, and therefore you just zone out, but you are watching whatever's going on in the gameplay, which I don't mind, because later on we might mention something else regards to, say, if we're discussing the similarities between Titanfall 2 or Titanfall in general, so Titanfall 1 and 2, to the movement system that COD has decided to go with regards to Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. If, for instance, then we mentioned Battlefield 1 going, you know, back to boots on, there being the back to boots on the ground that COD fans are currently looking for, and then compare that to the remastered version of Call of Duty 4, then maybe your ears, if you're watching the gameplay, because we're talking about the 2 futuristic titles, and then we go back to looking at the 2 non-futuristic titles, and you are more interested in those, you may, you know, perk up and go, oh, hang on a minute, I'm interested in this now, and listen in. I don't mind that. All I ask is if you're going to tune into the podcast and watch the podcast, be it on Twitch live, on the VOD on Twitch, or the YouTube video that I'm going to post up after the podcast is done, then you watch like all the way through. I don't watch part of it and then go, oh, you know what, I'm not actually interested in this, and tune out. I agree that not everybody has the same opinions, so therefore I might be hyping Call of Duty up because I'm looking forward to, I don't know, a big thing that I keep saying about Black Ops 3 is that it's pushed me away for the fact that there is no Clan Wars, and I enjoy Clan Wars. I enjoyed it on Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare's gameplay as a whole, I agree with the COD community in that it was a load of trash, but because it had Clan Wars, I enjoyed it. The same with Ghosts. The gameplay as a whole, although it was the last boots on the ground Call of Duty that we have right now, like the latest one, whilst the gameplay and the weapons as a whole were a bunch of trash, because there were always like particular weapons that were OP as fuck, I enjoyed it because of the fact that I had Clan Wars. I could play with my friends every 2 weeks. Play Clan Wars, get on, play with friends and enjoy the game in a team of 6 or a couple of teams of 6 and compete against other people, other like-minded people throughout the world. Unless obviously I was, you know, participating in Platinum Division and then it was in my time zone. But you get the point. I have not had that in Black Ops 3, so therefore I have found Black Ops 3 to be the most boring Call of Duty of late. Now, Infinite Warfare, they haven't confirmed nor denied whether it will have Clan Wars. So I'm not holding my breath. But
Yes.
my assumptions will be, like, my opinions from on the podcast will be based upon the fact that it will have Clan Wars, because the first one to introduce the Advanced Warfare style of Clan Wars was Ghosts, which was Infinity Ward, which have made Infinite Warfare. So for this video, guys, I'm gonna go and do the first mission, by the way, on Earth of which is Restoration. So I'm gonna go and complete this particular mission and can carry on talking to you guys. But yeah, so my opinions on the podcast are all entirely going to be, and I will outline this in the podcast, are all regards to me, like what I expect those games to have. If I say something that I expect the game to have and then it doesn't have it, then I will probably end up making a video on any particular game that I do get, such as Gears of War, Infinite Warfare or whatever, and I expect them to have certain things and then they don't have it. I will make a video like, well, I expected it to have this, I got the game, it doesn't have this, I'm not enjoying it, so I'm gonna leave it alone, or whatever I decide to do. But that's videos for another time. But yeah, as it stands, guys, everything is going to be... Oh, I fucking hate the warlock jump. Everything that I sort of say in the podcast, as well as everybody else in the podcast tomorrow, will be our own opinions. You do not have to follow our opinions, you don't have to agree with our opinions. I am a big advocate for the fact that, you know, everybody has a right to their own opinion. Regarding certain matters, I just believe that not everybody has the right to voice said opinion, such as, you know, racial matters or political matters or whatever you want to get into that, you know, shouldn't really be talked about if it offends people. If you, for instance, believe that you are not racist, but everybody else believes you are racist because of a particular comment you make wherever that may be, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere in the online world these days, if people as a whole judge you to, like, be racist, then, you know, for starters, whatever sort of career you are trying to build for yourself is officially dead, because nobody enjoys that sort of, you know, commentary or whatever you want to fucking hate the warlock jump. I don't know why I made a warlock. Oh wait, yeah, I do, because they got the recent buff. I wanted to try it out. But yeah, so you know, eventually you will just essentially destroy yourself. But the point I'm trying to get across, guys, is what was I saying? Yeah, like, it's our opinions. You can go across along with our opinions if you are a sheep and like the same. If you agree with us, then that's your prerogative. If you don't agree with... Oh wait, I've come in here before I'm supposed to. Trying to jump ahead of the mission, guys. I forgot I'm supposed to go underground first. But yeah, so if you agree with us about a certain subject, we will be... Oh crap. We will be, you know, engaging with you through the comment section on my video when it goes up on my channel on YouTube, if you want to check that out. So if you wanted to say, you know, if I said something about Infinite Warfare that you agree with, or Battlefield 1, or any sort of the game, any of the games that we mention tomorrow night on the podcast, then you can let us know in the comment section of the YouTube video, and we will be sort of keeping an eye on those comments and sort of making improvements to the podcast. If anybody says, oh, you know, it would have been better if you did this, we would be sure to discuss it and try and incorporate it if we agree. It's going to be a work in progress regards to the podcast. Eventually it will be a case where I get everybody on a Skype call or something, and you can actually see webcams and stuff like that, you know, a proper professional setup. But as it stands, we're just starting it out. We're all a bunch of like unknown people, so anybody that watches, sort of, we appreciate every view we get, really, because obviously it gets ourselves out there and gets more of any sort of community we decide to put ourselves in to know us. If, for instance, like now Destiny, if I'm obviously streaming this video, as I said, if somebody pops in from a Destiny community for whatever reason, it's getting my name out there, which means that I become known as a streamer. I become known as a content creator. That goes the same for aggro and karma. The more people we get to see us, the more we get ourselves out there, and we can entertain a wider audience. And that's all really we want to do, is sort of be able to entertain you guys, and make our contents get slightly better over time. So, you know, if we can make this podcast sort of successful now, why it's basically a Twitch app stream, and then eventually turn it into a regular thing that we all get on and do proper like webcam sort of podcast, actual podcast type things, then we will do that. But that comes with the fact that we have to, you know, save up funds for the equipment. But that's something that we will sort out amongst ourselves. But as a basic summary, the podcast is coming tomorrow. I'm not going to give a time that we're going to be on. Just keep an eye on my Twitter, which is in my bio on Twitch, if you want to check it out. But it is my Twitter link, if you're watching this video on YouTube, is twitter.com/fearless_NMG. So if you want to just search my it's @_NMG. Sorry, @fearless_NMG. If that's not what I just said, I don't know. I'm just basically rambling now, guys. So basically, the whole point of this video is to update you guys that the podcast that we have been planning, like I said, I don't know whether I've mentioned it in previous particular videos that I've planned to do a podcast, but we've been planning this for, well, years, really. Since we sort of took off in the clan wars on Call of Duty Ghosts and managed to get very far within the platinum divisions, and then we sort of hit the same sort of milestone within Advanced Warfare as well. We was like, yeah, we need to do this because we need to get ourselves out there so more of the community get to know us, so therefore we can communicate with more of the community and maybe even get other clans involved in our aspect of the community, you know, our particular podcast or whatever we decide to do in future regards to making videos and content and enjoying the company of other members of our particular communities that we are part of as a clan is something that we would really enjoy. Like one person within the Destiny community that I really enjoy watching myself is a guy, I've mentioned him before in one of my videos, I'm sure I have, a guy called Lono, or Say No to Rage on Twitch and YouTube. And Twitter actually. Yeah, he's Say No to Rage like everywhere. So I enjoy watching him, and if for argument's sake in a year's time when say if I'm bigger and the clan is bigger and this podcast is still going that we're going to start tomorrow, then there is a good chance, because I am part of his community on Twitch, I talk to him pretty much every time I'm on Twitch, I do believe at this time, maybe next year, there is an option that I could be networking with him and other streamers on Twitch, and therefore be able to get them in on the podcast. And they're not members of the clan, they're not members of our clan community, but they are members of the community that we are part of, which is Destiny, as well as obviously, like I said, Halo 5 and Call of Duty. So there is an option for me to get, if I can network correctly, because one of the things that Lono, or Say No to Rage, always says in regards to any advice he gives people that come into his chat and ask for advice regards to Twitch and YouTube and stuff, is network. If I can network correctly with anybody, I will be glad for the opportunity to have some big people, or bigger than myself people on this particular podcast, to help the clan out, as well as bring some outside influence, as it were, on where the podcast goes, because of the fact that, as I said, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and everybody has a different opinion, and so there could be an opinion that, for instance, Lono would give about a game in next year's E3, if that is a thing that happens, that might be completely different to those that are also on the podcast at that particular moment. Everybody has their own opinions and do have a right to those opinions. And therefore, it's what's going to make the discussions on a podcast like ours enjoyable, as it were, because you get to know everybody's different opinions, and sort of you can see what side of the coin you land on yourself, whether you're going to enjoy a particular game. Because for me, at least, I am one of these people, while I just sit on this roof, I am one of these people that really enjoys playing a game like Destiny, and then I will, the Grimoire cards, as soon as I found out I could look at them on Bungie.net or the app, I was there reading them. I was there enjoying the rich lore that goes into those characters and those cards that reel off what happened in the Golden Age and other backstories. Now, whilst I agree with most people within the Destiny community that they should have been accessible in-game as well, for those that can't necessarily get on the app or the Bungie.net website all the time, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy going to certain places, reading up on things. The game's on E3. Tomorrow I will probably end up doing a shit ton of research as to what things we can talk about within the podcast, sort of like any sort of games that are going to be releasing with season passes, any games that are going to be releasing with all their DLC included, sort of like what Overwatch has done, you know, charge £60 for a game that's not necessarily worth £60 and then just give you a shit ton of free stuff throughout the life cycle of the game. Then that's what I will research. I enjoy doing that. So there might be things that I can mention about games to you guys that you might not know because of the fact that you may not enjoy scouring the internet like myself and finding these pieces of information out. This is the one thing I look to be my sort of standout point for myself as well as the clan on Twitch and YouTube, is being the fact that any sort of research that you require to be done, I personally don't mind doing it. So if there is any sort of games you've seen on E3 the past couple of days that you want to know about, like you want us to talk about within the clan podcast tomorrow, be sure to comment on this video. I will check it out. If it's not already on my list of games to discuss, I will put it on the list. Now, obviously, I'm going to be uploading this video very, very soon. It's currently 25 to 10 in the morning here in the UK. I hope to have this video done and sort of uploaded because sometimes Twitch exporting to YouTube can take a while. I hope to have it finished and done by 11 o'clock, if not 12. So you guys will have roughly, because we are looking at late evening to do the podcast. We're not sure on a time yet. That's why I'm not giving you a time. Just keep an eye on my Twitter, as I said. But I'm hoping that will give you guys enough time, at least 24 hours, to comment on the video, this particular video, what you want to see within our podcast regards to what games you want us to discuss from E3. Like I says, if it's not already on the list, it will be added, and I will do a little bit of research and try and help you guys out with regards to whether, if you're looking at a game like Gears of War 4 and you're thinking, oh, I don't know whether to buy it, I will do some research, tell you everything I find out, and then maybe help you decide whether you want to get it or not. The same with games like, I don't know, there you go, new IPs like, I don't know, what's a new game that's not coming, that's not a sequel, Scalebound or Recall. I will do a shit ton of research into those and find out what I can about them, and let you know sort of if I personally think it's worth getting, not just based off the visuals and stuff, based off what I expect the game to sort of run like and sort of play like. But again, guys, I'm just starting to ramble on now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, it's just an update video to let you guys know the podcast is happening tomorrow. Podcast I've been planning for about a year and a half. Or year and a half, rather. I don't know why I just turned into sort of American accent there. I don't know. Yeah, I've been planning this podcast for about a year and a half. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. So all I wanted to get across is that we're bringing a podcast. I've started a new character on Destiny to be able to bring you a sort of year 2 look at Destiny. If you are a year 1 player and you believe that year 2 players have it easier to go through a story because of obviously having the whole quests, like, here, go and do these 2 missions and then come back, and you know. Alright, what was I going to say? But yeah, guys, so that's going to be a whole series that's gonna happen. So I've kind of killed two birds with one stone. I've updated you guys that the podcast is coming, that I've been planning, and then sort of started off a new series that I'm going to be doing, hopefully with Aggravator and some other people, but I'm not 100% sure on who it's going to be yet. As I've said, it's whether my sister feels confident enough to get on her mic on stream -- recording, to if she feels confident enough to share her voice, as it were, with the world. So, because obviously everybody knows that the online communities regards to gaming is worldwide, so that's down to her. I'm not going to try and force her to do it or anything like that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope, if you know, as I keep saying, I ramble quite a bit because I get sort of into a subject and I kind of want to get every point across that could potentially come up, like in a question. Like, for instance, I mentioned a couple of games that we are planning to talk about on the podcast tomorrow night. If I had to turn around and says, "Oh, podcast tomorrow night," played a couple missions of Destiny, and then said, "Right, I'm in the video here, come watch the podcast," yeah, you guys might have been like, "Well, what games are you actually planning on covering?" Because there is a lot of games that have come out during E3. There are a shit ton on my list. So, like I said, it will take us a while. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. And if you've enjoyed the video, please like, favorite, and remember to comment any games you want to hear us talk about, like possibly information that I can gather. I will be checking periodically tomorrow what my comments are saying regards to on this video, so I can get a list of games from viewers of this particular video, what they want to see. And then also, if you're a friend of mine, like you know me through Xbox, I have God knows how many friends, like 120 something friends on my friends list on Xbox. If you're a friend of mine and you watch my content and you plan on watching the podcast and want to be on it, send me a message and we will, between us, discuss like being on the podcast. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please, like I said, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and remember, stay fearless.